Hey everyone, Melissa Wick here. Thank you so much for joining me today. This is a class or a practice that is great if you're feeling sore, or perhaps it's after a workout, you're working your muscles, or you're feeling just really tight and you want a good stretch, nice easeful stretch class. I am coming back from a bit of a cold. I don't know if you can hear it in my voice, so this is going to feel really good on my body, and so I wanted to share it with you so we can just breathe a little deeper and create more space in the body so we can feel that openness. Get into something comfortable and let's get started. So let's begin today seated. I'm feeling a little sore in my hips, so I'm going to elevate myself up on a block. You can also elevate yourself up on a cushion or a bolster. Find a little bit more length and ease when we sit up. So I like to connect my sit bones down, find a nice tall spine, roll the shoulders up, back, and down. Relax the elbows, relax the fingers, start to close the eyes, and take a big breath in through the nose. Hold it at the top, and then exhale out through the mouth. One more like this. Inhale. Hold. And then as you exhale, have the intention to fully relax. Closing the lips and start to connect to your breath. As your breath is the bridge between the outside external world and our internal world. So we can use this time, this moment here, to just check in with our bodies, seeing how we feel, how's our energy. How are we breathing? Take about 3 more conscious breaths. And then we'll take our arms out to the sides, extending through the fingers, and just let your left ear drop toward your left shoulder. And really extend through the right fingers. You'll start to feel a nice opening and lengthening in the top right shoulder, maybe through the forearm. Go back to the center, other side. Right ear to right shoulder, left fingers extend out long. You can find your sweet spot. Come back to center. Take your hands onto your shoulders and just a couple rolls with the shoulders. A few times back. And then a few times forward, just loosening it up a little. And then we'll release, reach both arms up, inhale. Exhale, right hand down, left arm arches over. Breathe into the left side body, chest open. And then come back to center, left hand down, right arm arches up and over. Back to center, interlace the hands behind you, and then extend the elbows, gently squeeze the shoulders, open the chest any amount. Gently release. Arms will extend out to the side. As you exhale, left arm on top of the right, eagle arms. You can either have your hands to your shoulders, or backs of the hands can touch, or a full bind. As you inhale, we're going to lift the sides of the bodies, elbows rise. Exhale, round curl in. So really round, tuck your chin in. Inhale, lift. Exhale, round in. Inhale, lift. Exhale, this time we'll hold here. Continue to breathe into the back of the shoulders, back of the heart. Inhale, come back to center, release your arms. Then on your next exhale, right arm on top of the left, same thing. Either hands to shoulders, backs to the hands, or full bind. Inhale, rise. Exhale, round curl in. Inhale, rise. Exhale in. Inhale, lift. This time we'll hold, tuck the chin in, round, round. Come back to center, undo the arms, give yourself a little shake, loosen it all up. And then we'll come on to child's pose. So onto the knees, towards the back of the mat. Have your toes touch, knees wide. You can always cushion up your knees if you need to. Sit your sit bones back to your heels, walk your hands forward, start to melt your forehead and chest down any amount. If this is too much or too deep, you can always bring the legs together and fold this way and the hands by your side. So you can choose. You take a few conscious deep breaths with every exhale. Just allow yourself to get a little more heavy, easing into the stretch. And we'll walk our hands all the way over to the right, top right corner. Your left hand could extend a little longer. Ground down through your left sit bone. Feel that nice opening in the back of the shoulder, the left side, left lung. Come through center, and then all the way over to the top left corner. Extend your right arm a little longer. Back to center. You're going to lift your sit bones up, bring your knees under your hips, tuck your toes under. We'll come into a brief down dog, just to lengthen out through the hamstrings and the spine. Push down through all 10 knuckles. Relax any excess tension in the head. Now you're going to bend your right knee and lower the left heel down any amount. Keep reaching your sit bones up and back. Enjoy this nice lengthening in the back of your left hamstring, your calf, your Achilles. Keep pushing down through your hands. And then you're going to switch sides. Your left knee bends, your right heel grounds down. You're going to feel your inner right thigh spiraling up towards the sky. And then release. You can give yourself a couple petals, walking your dog. And then just come forward to high plank. You can take your knees down and lower all the way. Now for this cobra, we're going to take our legs wide, especially if you have a sensitive low back. Now if you have a super tender low back, you can always take your hands up a little farther and wider. So you can choose here. We're going to start to push into the hands, and you decide how far you lift without feeling compression. So maybe you have the space to extend the elbows as much as you can here, tops of the feet pressed down. Your sternum's reaching forward, elbows in, chest nice and open. A couple breaths here. And then as you exhale, you're going to slowly come down. Good. Bring your legs together, push yourself up. We'll come into Virasana, hero pose. So you can, this may be enough, you just sit on your heels if you have really tight quads or you have issues with the knees. You can always also sit on a block or a bolster between the ankles, and you can stay right here. If you don't have that, and you want to go further, your heels will just come on the outside of your thighs here, so you're making a little bit of space. There is a part between the legs. Think of grounding down with the knees onto the mat. Maybe this is it, you can stay here. Or you can start to walk the hands behind you. Maybe this is it. You want to feel this nice opening in the quads. Maybe you have the space to come down onto the forearms. Maybe even onto your back. Again, as long as you're not feeling sharp pain, a little discomfort and tightness is something that you could breathe through. Beautiful. So we're going to bring ourselves back up. If you are all right with your knees, you can just take your right leg forward. You can still be on a block, or you can sit down and extend your right leg forward. I'll show you here. And if this is just not working for your left knee, you can always take that left foot and bring it to the inside of your right inner thigh. This is perfectly all right too. And then from here, we can reach both arms up. As you exhale, start to find a fold toward that extended leg. Now here you can always have your one hand off to the side, your right hand for stability, reaching your left hand forward. And then you're going to lift yourself up. Wherever your left leg is, you're going to extend it out long in front of you for both-legged forward fold, flexing the feet. Inhale, arms will lift. Exhale, find length first, and then you can start to fold, perhaps palms up. If you want to use a strap here, you can wrap it around your feet, holding on with your hands. Maybe you work with relaxing the chin and adding in that stretch at the top of the spine, back of the neck. Okay, let yourself lift back up. You're going to bring the soles of your feet together in butterfly. The closer you bring your heels to your groin, the more of a stretch you're going to feel here. So you want to wrap your hands around your ankles and maybe around your feet. Let your knees fall. Maybe give it a couple bounces. This is one of the only few postures where it's actually safe to bounce. So you can enjoy that here. And then we'll hold on to the ankles or the feet and open the chest. So you find this nice chest stretch. And then you can start to fold. Now you can keep the heels close to the groin. You'll feel a stretch here. If you want to try something different, maybe if it's your second or third time doing this class, you can have your legs a little farther out for more diamond shape. It is a different sensation. So you can play with the two. And then lift yourself back up. Bring the knees together. We'll do that other stretch on the other side. So we'll take the right knee and bend it, and left leg in front. If the knee option bent wasn't good for you, you can take your right sole of the foot on the inside of the left inner thigh. Okay. Reach the arms up. And then exhale, find fold. Your left hand could stay out for support if you need more stability. Maybe your right hand grabs a hold of the calf, the foot. And then lifting yourself up. Slowly take your legs out to the side for a wide-legged fold. So maybe here you start with your hands behind you. You want to think of imprinting your groin onto the mat. And you don't want to let your knees just roll back or cave in. You want to have the knees and toes toward the sky. So using your hands might help you. And this here is a great stretch. Feels great for me. But if you have a little more space and you want to go further, your hands could come forward. And then so you're finding that imprint, that tilt in the pelvis. Like this is already quite a good stretch. You want to keep that integrity over the depth so you can keep a tall spine, or if you want to just fold, you can fold. But first you're finding the length from here, regardless if you're folding or not. We'll bring ourselves back up and we'll bend the right knee, take the right foot to the inside of the left thigh, and we'll add in a bit of a side stretch. So your left hand will come to your right thigh or your right knee, or if that's too far, just even on the ground. Right hand to your right hip first, and start to twist your body to the right. So you keep the chest open. And then here, maybe your right arm can lift up, starting to arch toward the left foot. Try not to collapse here. You want to keep the openness, so you're still opening up the chest, maintaining nice long posture as best as you can. Breathing into your right side body, maybe you feel in your right waist or the upper part or the side. I like to use my left hand as leverage sometimes here to find the opening. Back to center, and then other side. Left foot in, right leg extends, flex the right foot so the right knee is facing the sky, keep it active. Right hand to your left thigh, left knee, the ground, maybe hold on to your ankle. Left hand on the waist first, and then start to twist your chest toward the sky, so you're rotating to the left. And then from here, maybe the left arm arches over. Again, chest open. Using my right elbow this time as leverage, using it as traction. Breathe into your left side body. And lift yourself back up. Awesome. Okay, come towards the top of your mat. We're going to roll ourselves down. You can use your hands to assist you or not. And then we'll cross the right ankle. Let it clear the left thigh. Right foot stays flexed, figure 4. Your hips are nice and heavy on the ground. This could be enough. You can push your right thigh bone away, or you can lift the left thigh, interlace the hands. Your right arm goes through the legs, catches the left behind the back of the left thigh. Now, if this is, you find you're compromising here and you're rolling and lifting and losing all that integrity, you can always use a strap, a tie, or a towel to use as extensions for your hands. Breathe into your hips. Try not to avoid it or go around it. Find the courage to relax through it. You might even find a sweet spot if you shift your unit of your legs a little over to the left. Relaxing your shoulders, and the back of your neck is nice and long. If you're off to the side a little bit, come back to the center. Release your hands and then lower your left foot. Your right leg will cross completely over the left. Arms going to come out into a T. You can scoot your hips a little over to the right and drop your knees to the left. If this is too much on the spine, you can always undo the legs, the cross. Maybe left hand holds the right thigh. Your gaze could be center. You can turn it over to the right. Let that right shoulder get a little more heavy toward the ground. Good. With care, use your core to bring your legs back to center. Level off the hips, uncross. And then left leg crosses. Let it clear your right thigh, left foot is flexed. Here maybe your left hand just pushes the left thigh away. This could be enough for today. Or you can take your left hand through, pick up the right foot, interlace the hands behind the back of the right thigh. And maybe here you again play with moving your unit a little over to the right. Find your sweet spot, breathe into it. Bring yourself back to center. Release your right foot down. Cross the left leg completely over the right. Arms out to the sides, palms up. Scoot your hips over to the left. Let your knees fall to the right. Cross or uncross, your choice. Gaze center or to the left. Let your left shoulder get heavy. Bring yourself back to center. Re-level the hips, uncross. One final shape here, happy baby. Good for the hips. Flexing your feet. Arms on the inside, either grabbing your shins or your ankles. Maybe you have the space to grab the outer edges, or peace fingers and thumb wrap around your big toe. So imagine as if you're squatting against the sky. to the ceiling. Your ankles are over the knees. Let your tailbone get nice and heavy and relax the shoulders. So you don't want to find yourself lifting and rounding. If that happens, just grab your shins, your calves. It's okay, eventually you'll get to your feet. It's not the goal, you just want to feel that stretch. Relax your shoulders, back of the neck long. Release your baby, and we'll prepare for a well-deserved rest, Shavasana. So get comfortable. If you're feeling chilly, get a blanket. If you got a ponytail, let your hair down. And take up as much space as you'd like. Maybe your palms flip up. I give my shoulders a gentle little squeeze here so my chest stays open. I give my hips a little wiggle so I can feel my spine lengthen along the floor, feeling that alignment. Relax your breath, close your eyes. Let your whole body just melt here into the support of the ground beneath you. And let yourself relax so much that you can't tell the difference between where your body meets the floor and the floor meets your body. Eventually, your breath becomes involuntary as you rest and receive your efforts and your practice. And slowly you can start to deepen your breath. Bring some movement back into your body. So maybe start to move your fingers, your ankles, your toes. Bring your arms up overhead, point your toes, get nice and long as you deepen the breath. Good stretch. Bring your knees in toward you, give yourself a good hug. And then roll to one side. Pausing there, take this moment, tune into gratitude for taking this time for yourself to nourish your body, connect with your breath, to breathe, to stretch, to open, to feel good. And then you can slowly bring yourself up to a seat. Just to close the practice, bring your palms to touch, slight bow of the chin, nice tall spine. Take a moment to feel your body. And just one word to yourself. How does your body feel? And I invite you to take this feeling with you off of your mat and into the world as your yoga practice continues off the mat and into everything that you do. Thank you so much. Namaste.